What is going on, guys? Welcome back to an unnamed YouTuber. Today we're going to be talking about a really funny incident that happened to me as actually last year when I was a sophomore in high school. So basically, this is another episode of Awkward Stories. I had this blank gameplay of Black Ops 3. I usually do live comms, and I like to keep it live like that, but usually sometimes I dabble in the commentary world, so the post commentary sort of thing. So I had this gameplay. It was pretty good of Nuketown. I have another Nuketown Safeguard gameplay that I have stored away, and that is also a beast of a gameplay. As you may know, I'm pretty mediocre at Call of Duty in general, so if I get a good gameplay, it's really exciting for me. So anyways, we're gonna jump into the story, and this story is about when I was when I was a sophomore, I almost threw up on stage. So basically, what we in my school, it was a private school, we had to do theater, music, and we actually were forced to do pole dancing. I didn't know interpretive dancing is really weird, but we were forced to do things, artsy fartsy stuff like that. And one day, like in 10th grade, as a sophomore in high school, everyone knew in 10th and 12th grade, you do really big Shakespeare plays. 8th, 10th, and 12th, you do huge Shakespeare plays. And I was in 10th grade, and we were doing King Lear. Now, in 8th grade, I got a small part, and I had all of about 10 lines, and each line was probably like 2 words long or something like that. Basically, I didn't have to work. I got to fuck around. Like, I didn't come to practice a lot. So basically, if you guys know anything about plays, you have to practice a lot, and you have a lot of practices that you have to go to. And since it goes side by side with school, we had to go to practices. Like, it took some class times. Everyone in the school is aware of it. All the teachers give you time to practice your lines, stuff like that, help you out, do anything they want that you need to get those lines done, because the entire school, eventually at the end, the entire school, and all the parents, all the friends, and anyone else who was invited, who bought tickets, and this is an actual thing. Like, you'd have to buy tickets as parents. You had to buy tickets. Like, each ticket was like $10, $15, I think. I don't know. But basically, what you had to do is you had to buy tickets. So this is a big thing in my high school. And one day, I was practicing. And as a slacker slash procrastinator, I did not do the homework, which was to memorize your lines. And guess who I got? I got King Lear, the main character. I had probably 180 lines. And I had, I think, 26 speeches. And each speech was I think 15 to 20 lines long, so it was huge. If you know anything about stage, these are long ass speeches, and some of them were cropped and stuff like that, but I still have to remember this. And he gave us like maybe 1 or 2 months. The director of the play gave us 1 or 2 months to memorize all these lines, and most people, got on their lines. Even the small parts, they got on their lines. They got all over them. They got inside of them too, and they memorized them, and they did their part. But I did not. I waited until, and he said, you have to have your lines memorized before a certain week, and basically it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. I think it was 4 weeks, and on the last 3 days of the 4th week, you perform. But it takes 4 weeks to put the play together, so all the blocking, put the stage together, get the sets, get the posters, all that, get the tickets printed out, stuff like that. So I decided to wait all the way until the first day of the first week to start memorizing my lines. I woke up at 4 o'clock that morning and started memorizing my lines. Now, I was pretty disciplined about waking up in the morning, so I would wake up at 5 o'clock every single morning, do my homework, because I didn't like doing it at night. My brain was just too mushy at night, so I just wait until the morning, and I would do like all my homework in the morning. But in this case, I did all of my lines in the morning. I memorized like 1 or 2 speeches in the morning that morning, and we did. Luckily, the first week was script week, so you had your script in your hand. But the next week, and I got to memorize a little bit of my lines. And the next week, we went page by page without script. So I memorized like 1 to 20, page 1 to 20. In the first week, and then page 20 to 30 or something like that. And all in all, it was a 72-page play, and I still have the script, and this is just like what keeps me going when I feel like there's no hope. And I was thinking of like the stress, the stress got to me so bad. I was thinking of like leaving the school, running away, just finding any excuse to not have to do those lines. And eventually, one day I just had a complete breakdown. So here's what happened. I was on stage. It was a big speech. It was a huge speech, and I did not know it. I did not know a single word. I swear to God, I did not know a single word. I knew the first word or something like that, or first 5 words out of like 100 word speech or something like that. I was literally reciting an essay on stage, and I had to do it. And the director was all like the teacher. He was a English teacher at the time at that school, so he was pissed at everyone because everyone did not know their lines that day. And I was just like, I just had a breakdown. I was like freaking out in the bathroom. I'm like, I gotta go take a piss. I was freaking out. Man. I'm pretty sure I pooped my pants a little bit, and then it happened. I was on stage, and it came to my line. He stopped the entire play practice and said to the person that spoke before me, "Hey, you better have these lines memorized by tomorrow. I'm so done. The next person that doesn't know their lines, I'm literally going to get up, throw my script down, and you guys will have to do the play practice by yourself." So he was very fed up with our bullshit. So I was the next person to speak. I did not know a single line. I started panicking. I didn't know what to do with my body. My body started breaking down. Like, my knees got weak and they started to tremble. And then I gagged. And I swear to God, I didn't even eat breakfast that morning. So it was just all stomach acid that came up into my throat and into my mouth. And it was totally disgusting. And it was, ugh, I never want to experience again. But I gagged and I folded over and my elbows came to my knees. I was still standing, so I popped a squat right there on stage in front of all my classmates that were on the stage and behind the scenes. I just popped a fucking squat and I just almost threw up. It almost came out of my mouth, and then I just had to swallow a gallon of vomit. I'm so sorry if this is disgusting, but it happened. It was sucky. I swallowed all of this vomit, and I'm like, "Can I use the restroom?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And I went to the restroom, and I'm like, I come back, and then a friend of mine was like, "You don't have to come back. Take your time." And I go out into the courtyard, and I start fucking bawling. I start crying. This is the first time I've cried since I don't know, maybe third, second grade. And I fucking cried my eyes out because I felt like I disappointed the entire class. I felt like I disappointed my director. I felt like I disappointed my classmates' parents because they have to pay money for this, and they were reserving tickets a month in advance, 2 months in advance. It was crazy. It was a huge thing, and I didn't memorize any of my lines. And at that moment, I was just like, I gotta go home. So I went home. They called my mom. She picked me up. I didn't have my license at the time, so she picked me up, and I had to go home, and I had to explain to my mom what happened. And she actually needed to go grocery shopping. She was actually on a run to go grocery shopping. That's why she was able to pick me up. It was just crazy. Yeah, and it was one of the most biggest turning points in my life, because after that I memorized all my lines really quickly in the morning. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Also, I have an announcement. Constantine Games has partnered up with me. I don't know if this partnership is going to be going for a long time, but he has partnered up with me. Out of the generosity of his heart, he has 72 subscribers, or 76, I think, and he's partnered up with a small YouTuber that he saw online on Xbox Live. So if you see him in any of my videos, go check him. He usually will be in the description. If you see him in any of my videos, he'll be in the description of that video. Also, I'm going to put his channel in the description of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment telling me how to improve my games and my life. And I will see you guys next time. Subscribe to the channel. Check out Constantine Games and with a K. And I'll see you guys.